Yeah.
Anushka Wani, digital editor for EM and A&D magazine. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Mr. Vivek Bansal, who is the co-founder and president of VVDN Technology. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Anushka.
So we know that VVDN Technologies is renowned for its innovative solutions and working with global tier one OEMs, system integrators, and telcos across the globe. And it has its operational units in about 7 countries. And the man behind it, Mr. Bansal. So it's exciting to see how VVDN is positioning itself in such a competitive market. And with this success rate and ambitious growth that you have the first hand experience and how the industry is transforming, and this is what exactly we would like to hear from you today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Happy
Right.
to share.
And yes, absolutely. And we know that the automotive industry is undergoing a significant transformation with the rise of electric vehicles, autonomous driving technologies, and connected car solutions. So, with this in mind, can you shed some light on how, according to you, what are the developments happening in the automotive sector, and how does VVDN Technologies, plan to tap on these opportunities?
Yeah, absolutely, Anushka. So, automotive, if you talk about, right, literally there are two things which are at highest focus at this moment globally. One is EV, right? And second is ADAS, right? Companies want to put more and more cameras and autonomous driving and everything, right? So on both the fronts, actually, BVDN has made significant investments, and we are building products and solutions for our customers. You know that we work with customers globally, and we are working with top OEMs and top tier ones of the world, and building creative solutions around these new technologies, right? If I talk about EVs, we're doing EV chargers for several OEMs globally, and I can proudly say that we are one of the largest suppliers, sitting in India, right, shipping the products to global OEMs, right, across the world, right. Secondly, on the ADAS side, also, the kind of solutions we are doing, the kind of products we are doing, we are, building very innovative, creative solutions, camera-based, radar-based technologies, right, and multi-sensor technologies, a lot of sensor fusion and monitoring the driver behavior, monitoring, how's driving on the road, right, and the lane detection and all the complex algorithms, right? So there's a lot of R&D we are doing internally, and we are shipping products to customers even in North America, right? And India will very soon see these products coming from VVDN going into different OEMs, right? So we are very upbeat, and automotive is one of the serious focus for us in the company.
Right, right, absolutely. Like, it's rightly pointed out by you, and about how the market dynamics are actually evolving. And we also know that the Indian government has planned out a few initiatives to promote the electric vehicles and, the rapid advancements in the automotive technology. Some of it that you just mentioned to us. So, what are the key factors, according to you, that are driving the Indian automotive?
See, I'll tell you, I think the Indian automotive is, of course, there's several factors. One is, if you see the technology adoption in the Indian automotive in last couple of years has been huge. The cars before 2020 looked very different from the cars what we have today, right? And there's so much deep technology in all the cars, right? And even the consumer has become very tech savvy, right? So they want their cars to have big infotainment screen, right? They want all the camera technologies. So they want a lot of tech in their cars, right? So I think this is actually driving the overall Indian automotive sector in a big way. And if you really see, most car OEMs today are heavily investing in bringing new and new tech in their cars, right? So that is definitely one big area of focus. Second big area of focus is definitely, drive towards EV, where government is also pushing, right, by means of different policies and subsidies and everything, right? And we have successful cases from companies like Ola, right, who have done fantastic in two-wheeler space, right? So there is a huge EV adoption in the country, right? And so I think, and that's where all the OEMs are looking to launch new EV cars and two-wheelers, right? So I'll say, and given the fact that Indian consumers are very tech savvy, right, and power continues to be an issue. We look for more mileage, right? So all of that is actually driving the Indian automotive requirement.
Right, absolutely. I mean, it's rightly pointed out by you that how, the Indian consumers are actually, they want to move towards, technological shift in terms of the vehicles that they want to use. And do
Yeah.
you think that sustainability has any, role playing over here? And how are you planning to lay this out and move towards a sustainable goal in terms of the automotive industry opportunities that it has?
Yes, absolutely. The overall drive towards sustainability is also, is definitely pushing everyone to shift towards EV and adopting more and more renewable sources of energy, right? As much as possible. See, VVDN internally also, adopts a lot of those, right? So we are moving towards entirely, renewable source of energy. So we are deploying solar heavily in all our plants at this moment. We are opening a new plant down south in the country, right, which will run entirely on renewable energy, right? We are going to be using solar and windmill over there. So we are adopting the technology. We recycle all our waste on daily basis, right? Not just that, even the products that we designed, right? So the products that we are doing internally also for our customers, we make sure that they do not generate enough power or thermal and RF and all that, right? So we try to take care of it from the design point of view also, right? So the whole sustainability is all the way from design level to to operating our factories, right? We do that. And at the same time, Anushka, we work with top OEMs of the world, right? So the kind of customers that we work with, they make sure we are following the latest standards for sustainability as well. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. I mean, it's wonderful seeing that, you moving towards ecological, sustainable future in terms of, the industry. And I think that is something that is going to help the industry also evolve and step into newer opportunities. So, since you have pointed out some of the key trends and opportunities, I wanted to know, how do you manage to remain at the forefront of such a dynamic industry?
Okay, that's an interesting question. So I'll tell you, VVDN is a very engineering focused company. So we are from company standpoint, we are over 5,000 engineers, and since day one of the company, we have been heavily engineering focused and doing products, taking it to mass production, right? So we have always been, we have internal groups in the company who's always looking out, what's latest and greatest going on, what's the latest trend across the industries, across the domains, across the geography, right? So we continuously do that. We work with silicon companies on one side, right? That also helps because, as silicon companies are investing into new technologies, right? We know, what they are going after, what's the latest coming from their side. So we know, what is it that these silicon companies are now building, now creating, right? So we know that. We also work with OEMs and telcos on the other side also, right? So we know, what the customers are looking for, right? So actually we act as a bridge between what the customers are looking for and, and how we can provide the solution technically. So we have, our teams across the board, right? They talk to the customers and silicon companies and everybody, right? So this is what we do. This is our bread and butter in the company, right? That we have to remain upbeat. We have to work on latest and greatest trends. I'll give you some examples, right? So, like we were one of the pioneers in 5G, right? So if you talk about 5G, which came several years back, VVDN was one of the industry leaders when the whole 5G solutions were being developed, right? And especially coming out of India, right? Correct. So that was one. Secondly, automotive's trend as it is growing in India, right? So we are investing heavily in that space, right? So we are doing that. And now when the whole world is talking about Gen AI, right? So we are also working extensively on Gen AI and working on different use cases across the board, right? Across the industries, domains, right? How Gen AI can be adopted. Correct. So we are working on that as well.
Right.
Yeah. So this is yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah. So this is
I
something
mean,
that we continuously do. Yeah.
it is interesting that, how you pointed out that, industries need to be, constantly on their toes to, come up with new innovations and technologies. And I think with that, it actually brings me to my next point. So, since you mentioned about the innovation, I wanted to know that, how is it, uh, how is innovation a critical component if you want to stay ahead in the race and be able to achieve this? Can you highlight some of the strategies that VBDN actually has incorporated in their growth strategy?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is one favorite topic for us. And again, I can tell you, when we started a company in 2007, right? Uh, Again, because of our deep engineering focus, we were always working on, the latest trends and whatever is latest going on in the industry, right? So that has been sort of the genesis, right? The DNA of the company right from the start, that being very engineering focused, we every year we make sure that we carve out a certain budget, right, which is towards the latest trends, and latest innovations, what's happening in the industry, right? So we do that. uh, our partnership with silicon companies again is very critical here, because yeah, working with silicon companies, we come up with initial prototypes, right? We also call them reference platforms, right? So we build those initial prototypes, reference platforms, which demonstrate what's the latest coming in the industry, right? So we do that as well. uh, and like I said earlier, we work with our customers also very closely to see what exactly is going on in different domains, right? Correct. So and I can tell you, it varies from geographies to geography, right? From industries to it varies across the board. US may have focus on different areas, India may have focus on different areas, right? So we have to remain upbeat on what's going on across the board, right? And make investments
Right.
accordingly. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, with this, I come into our final point for today. I wanted to know that, as, BBDN continues to expand globally, what markets do you see as the most promising, and how do you tailor your strategies to fit these different regional demands?
Okay, great question. Again, different markets, if I talk about, so VVDN is, pretty much a global company, and North America is one of our largest area for us as of today. America also has, is more research oriented, right? You will see the latest products, greatest products, right? Actually going more towards North America, right? So that continues to be a big focus for us. At the same time, India is fast growing market. India is actually growing much faster than everybody else, right? And there's huge focus on Make in India at this moment, and that's another area where we are making heavy investments, right?
Mm.
Both in terms of R&D and manufacturing. and India certainly can offer the scale that is huge out here. So we are making investments on the Indian side also, right? So while US continues to be more the latest trends, right? India is more driven by volumes, right? So like for India market, we are doing products like smart meters and tablets and laptops and automotive grade cameras and infotainment kind of devices, right? So those are really mass market products, right? And but of course requires a significant focus from our side. So we are, looking at different geographies. We make our strategies differently. Yeah.
Mhm. Right. I mean, it's wonderful, all the insights that you shared with us on how the industry is evolving, the role that innovation and R&D actually plays in the growth of of an industry. And it's remarkable to see how VVDN has, evolved and grown over the years. And thank you so much for being a part for, today's discussion and this video interview series. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Thanks, Anushka. Thank you.
Yeah.